Like a moth to a flame, it pulls us in. Next thing we know, we're in a now bursting. Tomorrow, I know it all begins again. But where we're needed, we will go. And I'll roll the dice. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned.
You would think after all this time, because we've been at this for a while now, that when we switch over to this show, I'd be like, oh, I'm supposed to talk and do stuff. And yet, week in, week out, we get the countdown, and there's an eighth of a second that I'm like, oh, yeah, hi, hello, and thank you for joining us for Heroes of the Plains. In case you didn't hear, today was a momentous day for us here at Demiplane. We made some big announcements about some stuff, a little thing called the Pathfinder Nexus, so be sure to check that out. Get Your Heart Broken by Adam Bradford in his Let's Go Play Pathfinder song, which I did not necessarily expect to be attacked like that first thing in the morning, but hey, it was still a beautiful thing. So check that out now. Sign up for free for your Demiplane account at demiplane.com. Then check out the Pathfinder Nexus. We got some books. We got some dope stuff. It's available for pre-order. Also, we might just be doing a little giveaway today. I don't know. Maybe Meagan's putting something in chat right now. Who can say? Literally us. Literally us. I am saying that that's a thing that is happening. Before we dive in, also, thank you to Sirenscape, because epic games require epic sound. Thank you to Idle Champions Presents. Thank you to Hero Forge. Also, we have the chess code that is appearing in chat right now. I'm very excited. I'm very kerfluffled. I'm about to get my 17th rematch against Asmodeus, and this time I actually think I'm going to win this fight. So I have a lot of feelings and emotions going on. But before we jump into that, let's introduce our amazing cast, and I'm going to go in the order in which you all are on my screen, starting over here with Meagan.
Hey everyone, I'm Meagan Kenreck. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Meagan Kenreck, also on Todd Kenreck's YouTube channel where we talk about all things D&D. We do have a couple of new videos covering Dwarven Forge terrain for environmental kills. Be sure to check that out. And that's it.
Excellent. And Lauren.
I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. I'm the person who's going to help Whittle and Freely and Hope, and Hope and Jen and Adam get revenge on Asmodeus, and I'm looking forward to it.
This is fine.
There's plenty of him to go around. You get to carve a chunk out of him too. Literally, I'm like, no.
I might want to save a leg.
Yeah, that's true. X Freely has a point to make about that. But before Todd.
Oh, I was not ready. I'm Todd Kenreck.
That's how I get you.
Yeah, I know. I'm currently on Idle Champions Presents, where I'm getting to play my special boy Averin with B Dave as the DM, and I've been spending a lot of time in Sad Lakes, but I love it. I also ripped open the universe unintentionally this time, which was also a first.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Unintentionally.
There was a bag of holding inside of a bag of holding, and we've talked about that so often, and then it happened, and then I was like, we got to go to break early because I truly don't know what's going to happen from this. Yeah, and then it went where it went, but it was delightful. Speaking of delightful, Hope.
Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheHopeLaVelle. You can listen to me play some more D&D as Dirt on Attacks of Opportunity, wherever you can find podcasts. And Penelope has just taken the tough feat, so she's going to be a lot tougher, just like Freely. She's taking one out of the book from Freely. Watch out.
Yeah, we're very strong halflings. Yeah. Jen.
Hey, I'm Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on Twitter as @DreamWisp. You can find me streaming on Twitch as DreamWispJen. I am an author, the creator of the Accessibility and Gaming Resource Guide and the Disabled Pros and Tabletop Directory, and I'm doing a bunch of cool stuff. Yeah, I'm playing Alyndra, and we'll see what happens, even though Alyndra already knows.
That is true. Technically, if anybody's already aware, it's Alyndra. Yeah. Last but not least, and I know I jiggered things by not going to Todd last, but I wanted to toss it to Adam because he did our inaugural dev update today. Coming out of retirement for that. We're gonna be doing that weekly. So I just wanted to toss it to you to see if you wanted to add anything on about Nexus or anything else before we get down into it.
Yeah, no, I can definitely say if you haven't already, check out PathfinderNexus.com. We're really, really excited to be creating the official digital tool set for Pathfinder. Very excited to work with Paizo. They make a great, great game. Another note that I'll say today is an announcement and not a launch. So this is an early access period, and what we're asking for is for people to come and check things out, kick the tires, let us know your feedback, where we can use that community feedback to shape Pathfinder Nexus into everything that we ultimately want it to be for the fans out there. And we also have some great content coming up. We announced a show today that is going to be Pathfinder as well, using Pathfinder Nexus when that time comes. All of that is going to be happening early next year with an incredibly great cast. So keep your eyes peeled on everything Demiplane to hear everything that's going on the Pathfinder side of the world. And we're looking forward to everything else that we've got in store for the rest of this year. So keep your eyes peeled on Demiplane. And I play Briv Steelmarrow, and we're about to throw down.
Yep. In the years to come, you'll be able to tell your friends you were there for day one. But with that being said, I turn you over to Todd, because we're about to have our rematch, and Asmodeus can run if he wants, but he's just gonna die tired.
Yeah, so what didn't happen last episode? Previously on Heroes of the Plains, it was learned that Freely's soul had been consumed utterly by Asmodeus, and he could not be resurrected. The Lady of Pain herself tore apart the prison, since Briv Steelmarrow ordered Whittle to take Storm Herald to Sigil. This upset the Lady of Pain. It was also revealed that there was a previous relationship of some sort between the Lady of Pain and Asmodeus. Is at this point that the Lady of Pain, however, upset with all parties concerned, teleported the heroes into one of her famous mazes that no one escapes. Orkira manifested into the form of the Phoenix in her grief and rage and crashed through the maze's walls over and over again, but they quickly reformed as she did so. With some help from Whittle, however, Alyndra and her true sight as well was able to make her way through the maze after a series of intelligence checks. You all walked out of the hallway that was at the end of the maze. At that point, you found yourselves between a barrier, not only between the Shadowfell, where you saw the restless undead, but on the other side of this hallway, you saw the Nine Hells and all the damned souls. And in the center was sort of a demilitarized zone between these two planes of existence that hunger for souls. And you made your way through that hallway. Once out, you discovered that you were in the place where gods go to die, the god graveyard, which you all had been previously. You found Freely's metal hand in the ground, and mist started to swirl and started creating a body for Freely. And Freely was in front of you at last, clearly damaged, and you learned that he had spent hundreds of years in a prison with Asmodeus, fighting, being torn apart again and again and again. It's at this point that Freely professed his undying love for Penelope, and Penelope reciprocated, and it was adorable. It was also discovered that Whittle had made, however, a pact with the dark powers with the Shadowfell to bring back Freely's body and soul back to life in exchange for her life and her returning one day to the Shadowfell as potentially a Dread Lord. You didn't witness that she had all life extinguished in her, and she is now a full vampire. And it's at this time on the hill you saw Asmodeus, 12 feet tall, long horns, the architect of all your pain. As Whittle pronounced, the deal just wasn't for just Freely. And scores of wraiths erupted out of the ground. Wraiths from demons, from celestials, from mortals, that all want revenge on Asmodeus. And Asmodeus' shadow grew long behind him, and a giant mountain-sized serpent formed, his true form, as the undead rushed forward behind you. And now you find yourselves at this moment, a host of undead behind your backs, Asmodeus in front of you, and the giant world serpent that he is snaking around in the background. And he turns and looks at all of you. I know we're going to fight, but I do want to say one thing. Before all of this is over, I'm going to tell you what I wished for before that door opened all the way. What do you all do?
I just look at my friends here and I just say, dibs on the horns. I'm going to carve some nice walking sticks for Penelope and I.
They're yours. I start singing Clowns to the left of me, Jokers to the right, and here I am stuck in the middle with you. I mean, what else are we supposed to do? We're rolling initiative, aren't we?
We are rolling initiative. Roll that initiative.
Damn it.
Oh, no,
Oh,
wait,
no.
yes, no, it hasn't happened yet, yes.
What was it, Hope?
Oh, no. Okay, so there was no chance for like a free action or anything, right?
I will totally give you a free action.
Really?
You're literally facing Asmodeus. I'm giving you a free action.
Okay.
Oh,
Penelope hops over onto Briv's shoulder and goes, bam! Freedom of movement.
well, if we're getting free actions, I rush over to Whittle and with shaking claws take her by the shoulders. I can't help you very much, but I can do this. And I'm going to death ward her.
Can I set off my Hex Blades curse on Asmodeus?
I will allow it.
I just point at him and I say, I've already beaten you once, buddy. And get ready to go.
And there is something very delicious about hexing the man who made Hex. He's like, I think you dropped this.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, he's about to find out. Oh, yeah.
And go ahead.
Whittle is still like a shadowy, misty form, kind of levitating off of the ground, summoning wraiths and celestials, and every creature that Asmodeus has killed recently, and looks over to Orkira and nods her head and yells out to those who are unearthing themselves and says, "He crushed your dreams, tore you away from your families. Now come and get the revenge you deserve." She raises all of them up.
And they all erupt out of the ground.
I lift up my staff and I will cast Bless on all of us.
I want to note the character moment of Orkira, like walking over and casting Death Ward on an undead.
Yeah, listen, I was gonna do lots of fire stuff and everything, but I felt like it was really important that you have a little bit of protection because there's not much I'm gonna be able to do.
Whittle looks at her hand to observe if anything changes.
Yeah, you can technically Death Ward the undead. I mean,
it's just a creature. I looked. I might have spent a lot of time this week trying to figure out what Orkira could do for Whittle, and this is one of the few things. Yeah.
Thank you, Lauren.
If you do die. I don't know what's gonna happen with your whole deal or anything. I can bring you back, but that's gonna get weird. So just don't die, okay? Or again.
I appreciate the good news is if I die, I go to the Shadowfell.
That's a good news.
So
I don't know that that's good news. Actually, that's not. That is the opposite of what is good. But okay.
But like I'll still be around, right?
Prepared.
This is
Clones?
okay.
Anyone?
I can't believe I'm excited about being distracted fighting Asmodeus, but I am.
Briv, is Briv doing anything, or is he just briving it up?
Briv's rushing forward.
Okay.
He ultimately just says, "Is everyone finished touching me? And can I go now?"
No,
Don't let
hold
anything
on.
stop you, Briv.
Whittle cast Longstrider.
Okay.
Okay, that's
What
it.
is Longstrider plus 10?
Yeah.
He's very fast now.
Asmodeus is just like trimming his nails with his nails. So are we going to do this, or are you busy right now?
22 initiative for Freely.
22 for Freely. All right.
19 for Whittle.
Oof.
Yeah,
Wow.
15 for Orkira. Actually rolled okay.
That's not terrible for Orkira.
That's not. Even with the -1, that's not.
Oh,
Yeah.
18 for
11
Alyndra.
Briv.
Oh, okay.
Although now that Asmodeus has been cheeky, part of me wants to be like, well, let's just hang out here for a while and see how long he'll just wait. I wonder if he'll just stand there and keep waiting.
And
No.
Penelope.
Penelope with the +8 initiative only got a 10.
Oh, it does be that way sometimes.
Hey, at least
Yeah, it's
you
a
have
bit-
that modifier.
It's very kind of you to let the rest of us just jump in there, you know?
Yeah, you know, don't want to steal your thunder yet.
Very
Mhm.
selfless.
Oh, I forgot. I have the thing.
Just
Whatever.
nothing?
Not scared of his thing.
Oh my god.
No, come at us.
Did you mean to send that to all of us?
Yep. Well,
Okay.
it is what it is.
All right.
For what it's worth, I didn't see it.
No.
So they did maximum Freely. I have no clue what just happened. He's like, no, it's fine. We got him. He's just a snake.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Wait, were you saying that?
Yeah. Well, on
Game
Demiplane,
log.
D&D Beyond.
Game-
So,
Oh, okay.
Asmodeus goes first.
That's
who,
unfortunate.
who is in front?
Briv, I suppose.
What's the highest initiative we have right now?
I'm
30.
Really.
I was at 22.
Not his, but is
No.
anyone else?
20.
I was at 22.
I was
22?
19.
You know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I will use the Staff of Fate. I will roll a d10 and try and use that as a penalty on the roll to see if I can decrease Asmodeus's initiative
Okay.
low enough that
Ooh.
Freely can go first.
I believe in you.
Let's see here.
Good money.
Nope, not quite.
Nah.
Mm.
It was
Sorry,
worth a try.
Totally worth a shot. I will
Definitely.
detract it just in case it comes up in some strange way later.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Asmodeus just immediately strides and closes the distance right in front of Briv. Briv, you said you were in front?
Sure.
Okay. And he takes out the ruby rod and he starts battering it against you. And you can feel when it moves through the air, you see all of light shift and warp around it. It's so suffused with the weave. And also, Alyndra, you see the weave just tied to this magical item as he strikes or attempts to strike Briv Steelmarrow. And so we begin.
He takes an attack.
He is making an attack.
I've foreseen this moment.
He got a 17 on the first one.
Not
Missed.
if I have foreseen this moment.
That might miss. I'm
He
sorry.
missed.
Yeah.
So it would be
Don't
a
waste
miss
it.
because he
Yeah.
gets a. Oh,
Yeah, don't waste
that
it.
was. Okay, gotcha. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a miss. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he strikes again. He is moving incredibly fast. 28.
Now that
Don't
one
hit.
you can have foreseen.
Well, I would have had to foresee it in advance. So, May I
You
use
can
that?
completely change
Yeah.
that roll.
So yes, I have foreseen this. He rolls a 9 on the dice.
Okay, that one misses. 31.
That hit.
No. Oh, never mind. I actually can't do that.
You take 43 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
It is force.
Okay. How much did you say one more time?
43.
43. All right.
Does a 33 hit?
Yep.
That is his fourth attack. Another 26 points of damage. Force. And he is making his 5th attack at 35 to hit.
Hits.
And he does 30 points of force damage.
Okay.
And that is Asmodeus's turn. And you see Briv just getting slammed a little bit further into the bones of all these dead gods, just a little further and further. And Briv is definitely weathering the storm of these just random, fast slaps from the ruby rod. And that brings us to our next.
Hast thou attacked yet? That tickles.
Freely, what are you doing?
I see all of this that he's doing to Briv, and it brings back very unpleasant memories of how this exact same thing happened to me. And I just stop and I look at Penelope and I say, Penelope, he used you to hurt me a lot, so I need you to be very careful in this time, okay?
Yeah, you got it.
And you guys, all of you, just stay close. I know his tricks. And you guys see Freely do something he's never done before. He starts glowing with a golden light that radiates out from him as I cast Circle of Power for the first time.
Okay.
So everyone has advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects. And if you make the save and it would have done half damage, you do no damage. But you have to be within 30 feet of me. Just
Advantage on spells and magical attacks.
Spells and magical effects. So theoretically, all of Asmodeus' stuff that I couldn't resist last time, got him this time.
Got it.
And I'm going to cast that, and then I'm going to not move in on him just yet, but I will just say, actually, I am going to move forward, but I'm just going to be like, Briv, you got him. When he's about to swing, he waits his left leg. And I give Briv Bardic Inspiration as I run to close in, but I can't do anything. I can't do anything just yet, except give him another target. I'll say I try and like spread out a little bit, like kind of flank him next to, you know what I mean? To like try and pull his attention my way where instead of Briv's. But I do get close to him.
That's entirely true. I don't favor my left leg. I don't know where he's getting that from. You shouldn't listen to him, Briv. I'm sure you and I can make a deal, though. I know you have family.
No deals. Thou art about to die where thou dost stand.
Bold. Whittle, you are up next.
Whittle just kind of makes a T. It says, "Time out." As she casts Time Stop. And it's like the squirrel from Over the Hedge, where everything's in slow motion. And everyone who is talking in the last 5 seconds, you just hear their voices sound like they get sucked up into a vacuum. So, DM, we discussed the 1d4 plus 1.
Okay, and how many
rounds?
What did you get?
A 4. That's a 3 plus 1.
Okay, so you got 4 actions.
I have 4 actions, 4
with
rounds.
Time Stop.
With Time Stop. And Whittle just takes a moment to assess the situation, take some mental notes on how ugly Asmodeus is. And
Hurtful.
she moves 150 feet behind Asmodeus for her first action.
Okay.
For her second action, she will cast Delayed Blast Fireball, transmuting to acid, using my meta magic at level 8. Which is 150-foot range.
Okay.
You got that?
Yep.
Third action, I will use my scroll of the Tarrasque to summon a Tarrasque.
Oh boy.
And then
how long does it take to use the scroll of Tarrasque?
And please tell me you're summoning it like 30 feet above his head.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
It's yours. Enjoy. Enjoy. Keep going.
The page that I have open doesn't say how long
Using
it takes
an
to
action.
cast it.
Using an action, you read the scroll and cause a Tarrasque to appear in an occupied space you see within 1 mile of you.
It has to be an unoccupied space.
And it's hostile to everything.
It is hostile to everything.
towards
All right. well,
everything. So for my 4th action, I will cast Mislead to kite said Tarrasque towards Asmodeus.
You can make us fight the Tarrasque too.
No,
I
no,
love
no.
you so
This
much.
is why we're fighting
I-
Asmodeus.
I love you so
There's-
much. Let them fight. Let's go.
Yeah, let's say we should
Let's
GTFO
go.
at this point.
Yeah,
Be like,
right.
all right, you have fun.
Yeah,
Bye.
Hey,
All right,
hey,
bye.
I can talk to animals. Don't worry about it. We got this. We got
Great.
this.
It's not an animal.
So Whittle's illusory form, as I cast Mislead, she just jumps in front of the Tarrasque and she's like, hey, this way. You want to fight me? We're gonna go this way. And my illusory self is running the 150 feet towards Asmodeus, but facing the Tarrasque and just talking shit and being very aggressive and trying to get it to follow her.
Okay. As part of your mislead, I will allow you to do a persuasion check. Go ahead and roll persuasion. You also have like a message in chat, or some form of chat.
I feel like it says WTF.
It's close.
I love it all. I think this is
this-
great.
There's nothing but green lights and thumbs up from the Hobbit delegation over here.
I'm slightly concerned about the Tarrasque, but I still
Yeah,
approve.
just
I still think
just
it's,
a little.
yeah.
Which chat?
I mean,
I just
Twitter?
DM'd you. I've
I'm
just
like-
DM'd you. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it all.
There is
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Okay.
please.
So I rolled a 5.
On your persuasion.
Oh dear.
I did see your message, and yes, that is.
Okay.
I have one more thing I would like to do, but that is after the damage is done.
Well,
So I am following.
you gotta tell me everything that you're gonna do in time stop.
All right,
that's
so
I need to know
the
everything
last
that
thing
you
I
are
would
doing.
like to do is, as my,
I'll allow the run.
as my mislead is misleading the Tarrasque towards Asmodeus, I am following maybe 10, 20 feet behind them. And my intent is once Asmodeus wakes up after the Tarrasque hits him, I would
Well,
like to
Okay.
steal the ruby rod.
All right. Well, the Tarrasque
That's
is
what I would
also
like to do.
frozen. All right. So this is the order of events. Thank you for watching at home. Running at him was fine. That's not an action. You delay blast fireball, but you transmuted it into acid. Correct. You
Correct.
Then used the Tarrasque scroll of summoning, and a giant Tarrasque has now appeared above Asmodeus in the air. Time is still frozen. You have now cast Mislead. You are working up your persuasion. Actually, your persuasion would come later, but that's what you rolled. It doesn't
I mean,
have
do
a
I
high
need to
charisma.
persuade a Tarrasque? It's just in a.
No, it's just gonna eat anything.
Yeah, no, I
like
mean,
it eats cities
I appreciate the
regularly when it shows
persuasion.
up. It's
yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right,
DM
so-
is all.
Conversation's not a
I'm like,
big thing
hear me
for
out.
your ass.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I've been thinking. The last thing when I fought him, I didn't try a Tarrasque. So I like where your head's at.
Okay,
I
so
like
so
where your
there's
head's
like
at.
50-50 if it's gonna work because you haven't tried it yet.
Okay, so you have one last action.
My last action is to steal the ruby rod, and then just put it in my bag of holding, and if I'm lucky, throw it into a demiplane.
The minute you touch Asmodeus, he's going to be aware.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
he's
can
gonna
try
be
to
fully
get into a
awake when I
bag of
try to steal
holding.
it.
Okay, can you give me? He's frozen. Just give me a sleight of hand check that isn't like terrible.
I would love to.
I mean,
My rolls are a little laggy right now.
if time stop is not for pickpocketing people, what is it for?
Dirty 20.
All right. So suddenly you see Whittle just move really fast and a bunch of stuff happens. And I'm pretty sure Time in a Bottle is playing at this exact moment and skulls are just floating as Whittle is running around. And all at once, you see Whittle just kind of she seems like she's close to Asmodeus and then running away, and there's a giant explosion. Are you spell sculpting this as well? I assume, since people are nearby.
Which part?
The acid, the delayed blast
Yes.
fireball that is now acid.
Absolutely.
A giant.
Can you spell sculpt a Tarrasque?
Yes. Can you just form that around people,
Is
please?
it Tarrasque an evocation spell? Because if it is, then yes.
It is now.
Oh, it's evocation. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yes. There's evocations happening a lot right now.
Yeah, it's damaging magic.
Okay, so a giant fireball made out of pure acid explodes, but it moves around Briv, around Freely, and around anyone who's nearby. And there's like a perfect kind of like, like you had just moved through a wall and it's your shape. Just the acid just pours past all of you, not harming you, but striking Asmodeus. Then you see all of you at this moment, boom, a giant explosion, and all the dust kind of like moves up into the air around this area, and a Tarrasque shows up above Asmodeus and starts falling to the ground. And then you see an illusory version of Whittle start talking smack at the Tarrasque, running closer to Asmodeus as she grabs the ruby rod from Asmodeus, and you run a bunch of feet.
Penelope, is that you? Oh.
This is not even the weirdest thing I've seen today.
Whittle takes instantly 30 force damage. The moment you touch the ruby rod, you are able to run away at this moment, and we are on to our next person.
Did you
Big
see
round.
the
Big
damage
round,
that I
Whittle.
rolled?
Big round.
Oh yeah, what was the damage? What was
41.
the damage on the acid? Sorry, I'm keeping track of things. I'm sweating.
Same. 41. It's a dex save of 19.
Okay, is he at disadvantage? Am I correct in this assumption now? Or wait, no, he's not.
No, he's not. We are at advantage against him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And he does
am
have
behind
advantage
him.
against spell.
Isn't it
spell checks.
advantage on spell saves?
For me?
Magical
Yeah.
power?
Yes,
Yeah.
the saves and magical effects. Yep.
Yeah.
And he has something naturally similar, being this high
Right.
level. 13 is terrible, and then a 29. So what's half that damage?
20.5.
20.5.
Hey,
I'll make
it
it.
counts.
I'll make it 21.
20.
He takes 21 points of acid damage, and you see Asmodeus, the archdevil, burn with acid all over his face. Very confused and looking for his ruby rod.
Do I still have the opportunity to cast anything else, or is that's it?
No.
I'm just standing there with the ruby rod, not knowing
No.
what to do. Like,
You don't. But Asmodeus does get an attack on you, and he's going to take a legendary action.
good.
So, yeah. Let me. I'm so flustered. Okay, I apologize. He is going to immediately look at you and whisper a horrifying truth to you, something that is deeply upsetting. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Whittle, you don't know what you've done, but I'm going to show you. And your eyes go black for a moment as you see something terrible.
I rolled a
So
16.
she should have advantage because it's magical effects as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
Alright,
advantage,
I'll roll it
Whittle.
again. So first one is 16.
Oh, it's an intelligence check. Sorry, I apologize. Okay, so
Oh.
first one's 16.
Well, that was a wisdom. I didn't roll
Yeah,
intelligence.
I screwed up. Sorry.
I would love to roll
Is it
intelligence.
a check or a save?
It's a save.
Okay, save. So you still get advantage.
Wow, rolling a lot of 15s tonight. So that's a dirty 20, and then with advantage, 22. Dirty
Okay.
22.
Yeah, you needed a 26.
You have bless on.
Okay, roll that bless.
What does
So
bless
is
do
a
again?
D4?
D4.
Add all the things.
Yes, everything counts.
And from Briv too, right?
24.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it is a save. Is she
If you're
close
within
enough?
30 feet of me, then it's +4.
So
Okay,
that would
Eric,
be-
keep track of that for sure.
Am I within 30 feet of
You are.
Briv? So the +4 would put me at 28.
All right, you save. You take
13.
half 38. Yeah. You take half the damage, half of 38.
It's 19.
So is that 19?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we are
Awesome.
on, and I thank you everyone for at home, and thank you again for everyone for going on this journey with us in this very interesting combat scenario that is now taking place. That is now Alyndra.
Okay.
Don't mind the Tarrasque falling from the sky. Everything's fine.
Well, that's the thing. we have quite enough to deal with already, and I'm concerned that the Tarrasque is going to just be more of a problem than it is a solution here.
I got that. I can handle that.
What?
What? I mean,
all right,
it's
then-
gonna probably attack Asmodeus, right? Because Asmodeus
No,
is
it's
really
going
strong.
to attack whatever it feels like attacking.
And he's the closest one to the Tarrasque.
I mean, first it's just gonna fall on him, which is gonna be funny.
Go ahead, Alyndra.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna just go ahead and ready imprisonment, and we can let the Tarrasque do what the Tarrasque does. I'm going to ready burial in the hopes that the Tarrasque returns to its slumber. And if I don't have to use it, all the better.
Okay. So are you using the ready action for imprisonment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that brings us to Orkira. What are you doing?
I mean, I feel like I should just give my action to Whittle and let Whittle do all the awesome things because there's nothing I can do that's gonna follow that. Okay. All right, Orkira's gonna grab her holy symbol and look at everybody, and there's been like flames coming out of all of her scars and wounds as though she wants to transform and is holding it back as she realizes that I need to help here. I can't be just burning everything. I need to help. And she is going to cast Holy Aura. And she's going to use her own holy symbol as a sacred relic because why not? And so she grips it and bright light hits everybody, and it's going to overlap a little bit with Freely, but you know what? We could use it. So everybody now has advantage on all saving throws. All other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against us. And if a fiend or an undead hits one of us, that's Constitution saving throws are going to happen. So I will be there to remind people of that. And then she's going to fly about 15 feet up into the air so that when the Tarrasque lands, it doesn't hurt quite so much. And that's all I'm going to do.
Okay, and Asmodeus is going to take a legendary action. Whittle, it's going to be on you since you are running around with the ruby rod, which you just pickpocketed from him. He is acutely interested in what you are doing.
And it's currently in my bag of holding, but I am very aware of the danger I've just put myself in.
Yeah, okay. You've put it into the bag of holding. I need you to make a con 26 save.
You have advantage
So
on the
remember,
saving throw.
advantage plus 4
4.
And I
plus
have
1d4.
All right, we're not going to talk about that first roll.
Stacking up them buffs.
Oof.
All right, so I got a 14 plus 4. Do I have all the buffs from Briv and Bless and
You
advantage?
plus
and all
plus
that?
4 plus
Okay,
1d4.
Plus 4
So-
plus 1d4.
18 plus 1d4. 400.
Gotta roll high.
What'd you get?
22 plus 1d4. I don't think she can do it.
No,
20.
No, you didn't make it. From until the end of Asmodeus's turn, you have fragility, and you are vulnerable to all damage that he deals.
Whoa.
That's not good.
Run.
Yeah, I should just probably run or gate the hell out of here.
Briv, you are now up.
Penelope never went. Oh,
Oh.
sorry. No.
No, it's just 10. She's 10.
Yep. Okay. Got
Oh,
it. Sorry.
I have to roll initiative. Hey, anyone want to roll initiative on the Tarrasque? Should be you,
Sure.
Whittle, Meagan.
Yes.
I
Let
gotcha.
Whittle
Oh.
roll it.
It has a 11 dex, so there's no real modifier here.
I should have let Jen roll it.
Chunky baby.
What'd you get?
A 9.
Hey, that's first last. That's great.
It's not last in the round. It's first in round 2. Yep.
All
Okay.
right. Don't
All
let
right,
me
Briv's turn.
forget. I'm begging if you could. Don't let me forget the Tarrasque is now in play.
Basically
Sure.
after Hope.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
You have the shadow of a Tarrasque above you.
quite the scenario laid out.
Yea,
before
though I
us.
walk in the
Wait,
valley of
does-
the shadow of the Tarrasque.
Is Penelope going or?
It's
It's
Briv's
Briv.
turn. Yep.
Briv's first.
I got mixed up on the fact that Briv
Oh.
engaged first, and I was thinking that was this round, but he hasn't acted yet.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm going to. Let me make sure that's a bonus action. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to call out to Hail, art thou there? It is time that I need thee. And you see just almost kind of like permeating out of his pores. It's not metal this time, but spirits. And you see other large orcs that are kind of spouting probably as obscenities at him in Orcish coming out. And I cast as a bonus action Spirit Shroud. And what that's going to do is until the spell ends, any attack that I make deals extra damage. But then when any creature that takes that damage cannot regain hit points in any way until the start of its next turn. And then in addition, any creature of my choice that starts its turn within 10 feet of me has its speed reduced by 10 feet. And that is a concentration spell, so I'm going to keep that up for a while. So then I'm going to attack.
Okay.
And that is...
And do keep track of all these buffs and keep me honest. I will lose track. This is a high-profile fight.
Understood. So that first one is a 28. Does that hit? I hope hits.
On Asmodeus or Tarrasque?
It hits.
Okay, good. Okay, second one's a 20. So that is a 20 on the die.
Oh, hey!
We are
Oh, wow.
to,
Chaos.
so that's a 32 total, but I'm going to smite on all of the above.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And wow, that's going to be a lot. Let me, I almost need to write this down first, but
I got
let me
you.
see
I
what
got
all
you.
I gotta, totally fine if you want to move on. That's all I'm doing at this point is the Spirit Shroud and those, but I will start figuring out everything I need to roll.
Do you
Say
want to?
that's all
do you
you're
want us
doing.
to help track what you've got going?
Well, okay, so I've
No,
got
Spirit Child.
Yeah, we can just let Penelope say he can do it.
Yeah.
yeah,
keep it
that's fine. I'm on it. Got it.
Okay. So Penelope, what are you doing?
Penelope is like standing in the middle of all this chaos and she's just kind of watching people like run and jump and shine and whatever's happening. And she's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it simple, y'all. All right, let's do this. And she's gonna look at Asmodeus and just go, you know, they call me a little ball of sunshine sometimes. And she's going to cast all that stuff happening. I totally forgot what I was going to cast. Sunburst.
Okay.
Yes, Sunburst.
And tell me
so-
about Sunburst.
So, brilliant sunlight flashes in a 60-foot radius center on a point I choose, which is him. And each creature in that light must make a Constitution saving throw. DC Constitution's 18.
Are you like dropping it closer to his head so Briv and I are out of it?
Yes, I will put it even behind him if I need to.
Gotcha.
He's a big old boy, so
Mm-hmm.
What are the effects?
Oops. If you fail, You are blinded for 1 minute and take 12d6 radiant damage. And
But does he have disadvantage now because of any buffs? Because he typically has advantage on magical effects.
Nothing I did. No.
Okay, I got you. So he got 21.
Yes, because of for attacks.
No, he's not attacking. Forced saving against spells
Okay.
from everybody else. So I believe there's nothing that's changed that. Okay. So Penelope, what does that is 21 high enough to save?
yes, that'll save. And then on half, he'll take. He'll take half. Okay,
Adam's
sorry.
rolling sounds like yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's the Tarrasque
Metal
lancing right
die.
there.
A lot's happening over there. Those are steel marrow dice.
Yeah.
He'll take 17 radiant damage and not be blinded. And then as a bonus action, Penelope is just gonna call upon her spirit elk with flowers in its horns, and the healing spirit will stay by Briv's side and give him healing for, let me double check, I'm doing this at a 5th level. So the healing spirit will be, come on, where's my healing? Healing spirit, which will give him right now, it'll give him 14 points of healing back, Briv. And then on Briv's turn, it'll give him more healing.
Okay.
So I'll remind you in a minute, Adam, when you're done doing that.
Sorry.
Don't
I
be
wanna
sorry.
Make sure I get this right.
We
A lot's
want you
happening,
to
yep.
get all the dice too. We're
A
happy.
lot's happening.
Asmodeus is going to take a legendary action. He just is still clocking Whittle running around, and you Whittle suddenly have a vision of all of the 9 hells all in your head for a second. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. 26.
Okay.
Wisdom or intelligence?
Wisdom.
+4 + 1d4.
And at
All right.
advantage.
I think
Yep.
I got everything.
Okay.
One quick question, Todd. Still considered a fiend at this point?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to make sure. So between the 2 attacks that hit, that is a total of 204 points of damage.
Whoa.
And he can't regenerate.
That is
Correct?
right. He cannot heal in any way until the start of his next turn, and that's only if I don't hit him again.
Right. Okay. Keep track
Or
of that.
sorry, the end of his. No, wait. Let me make sure I'm reading that right. The idea is I can keep that up as long as I keep hitting him.
And
So
freely,
let me
in
make
all
sure.
your time in the prison cell, every time you slashed at him and hit him, he almost healed instantly. He is bleeding, and you saw, Alyndra, that he was bleeding. And given the fact that you are surrounded by nothing but dead gods, you suspect he is in jeopardy. The undead rush forward and start chomping at his true form, which is this immense serpent the size of a mountain range, and just a flood of these kind of green and blue and purplish wraiths just start swarming all at once on top of this the true form of Asmodeus. All the damage you're doing to his avatar is also doing damage to him. So just to clarify. And now it's Tarrasque.
It's till the start of my turn. So yeah, the idea is as long as I keep hitting him, he cannot heal.
I got you. And let's do some improvised damage. Okay. This is not Asmodeus doing this damage, if you're wondering. I actually have a chart for like if a fortress falls on you.
Oh, right.
You know,
As
because
one
sometimes
does.
you do when you're fighting against us.
Yep.
Can you give me 1 second? I want to be good about this.
Well, I also want to just call out for everyone at home that is the most points of damage that I've ever done in a single round in the
That's
entirety
awesome.
of my
That's
30 years
fun.
of playing.
And we got to witness it.
Yes.
True.
It was awesome.
Witness me.
Huzzah!
Yeah. Well, you actually have the silver teeth, so there you go. It works. Yeah.
And then Briv, yeah, you do get 14 points of healing.
Oh, well, that's like icing on the cake, or at least the cherry on the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a little bit of poking at Asmodeus, who can't heal right now. So you're like, look, does
Look,
thine
this is
friends
how-
do this for thy?
This is
You
how
know?
thou dost do it. Oh, what is it?
All right,
Asmode?
improvising damage. What do we consider a Tarrasque? A crashing flying fortress.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
that
It's
is
gargantuan.
it's
So
gargantuan.
It's a titan.
So 18d10.
Groovy.
We're dead.
Wait.
No, it's just falling
wait.
on Asmodeus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's big, but I'm like, everybody make me a dexterity. I mean, like, it was everyone's
I mean,
been
just
aware.
remember you have advantage.
Do you still?
You have advantage like twice,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
you have
also have a plus 4.
advantage +4 plus a D4.
I
So,
did
let's
fly
see.
into the air. Do I still need to make this?
No.
Okay, good.
Is
It's
this
20
everybody just needing to save on this?
Linder, you're back a ways,
You-
right?
I am, but
Mm.
even so, I can Misty Step at will now because I'm cool like that.
Oh, I will, like without a bonus action?
Yes,
or-
because I have leveled up as a wizard.
Oh, okay.
This is a thing I can do.
All right, yeah, you just Misty Step. You're out of the way.
It's 26 for me.
21.
You're anything above 20 is
23.
going to be good.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh,
Appreciate we're all just like, yep.
I also have Misty Step if I need to get out of the way.
I think you've already run out of the way, but I would like.
It's not a bonus action thing. Is that what you took as your? Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah. Misty Step.
18d10. We're rolling it.
Mm-hmm. That browser's gonna crunch.
9. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Briv still beat the Tarrasque.
It's 99 points of damage is halved because he is resistant to bludgeoning and damage. But yes, you see for a moment Asmodeus is looking up into the air, and a Tarrasque falls on top of Asmodeus, and dust and skulls and skeletons pulverized, just turn into a blast wave, and it's almost like you're in a fog of just dust and dirt and debris, and all you are almost turned gray at this moment as you hear a terrible groaning and the Tarrasque scream out in rage.
I got him. Don't worry about it.
You have a lot of ancient dead in your beards, for those who have beards, and in your mouth and your eyes.
My hair still looks magnificent, though. Yeah.
It looks, the green part's still very green.
Mhm.
That leads us to Asmodeus.
I have a question.
Okay.
Did the undead horde have initiative?
Yeah, they bit him and jumped him and
They did
attacked
that?
him.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I am handling that in the background. The undead horde are swarming like ants on top of a caterpillar, and in this metaphor, the caterpillar is Asmodeus' true form, and they are
Excellent.
taking chunks out of him at this moment.
That's right.
You feel like part of the universe has just gone very, very angry. And you hear an explosion in the dust, and all the dust goes away for a moment. And Asmodeus will make one attack on the Tarrasque to just get it off of him.
What's he using
And
to attack?
one of his innate abilities.
Mhm.
Oh, I was kind of picturing like a really bad punch. Like, I don't have my rod anymore, so I guess I'm just gonna punch a Tarrasque.
Con save from the Tarrasque. Sorry, I don't have the Tarrasque in the encounter builder, and I don't want to break things. It's got a very high con.
You want me to pull it up for you?
Oh yeah, no, I got it right here. It's a plus 10, so 23 fails. So what did I roll just now for the damage?
55.
55.
55 points of damage to the Tarrasque, and the Tarrasque lifts its foot, and Asmodeus, filled with rage, eyes glowing red, and a crown made of pure fire, stomps out from underneath the Tarrasque as the Tarrasque lifts its burnt and poisoned foot. And you almost think you hear a whimper and a cry from the Tarrasque for just a second.
It is immune to poison, if that matters.
Oh, it is immune to poison.
Yeah. and
the Tarrasque.
it's got resistance to.
Yeah.
punching.
I mean, it hurt. He's out of the way.
Mhm.
So
It's the elephant doing the my toe.
Mhm.
I mean,
The
this
hop,
thing's
yeah.
not used to feeling pain. Is Asmodeus's version of poison, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's not.
You're doing
very-
a great job, Tara. That's what I named the Tarrasque. Tara the
Mhm.
Tarrasque.
Terra the Tarrasque.
Yep.
Excellent. I am
Mhm.
terrified. It rushes for Asmodeus. Oh man.
Wait,
So
Asmodeus is gonna move?
Yeah, he's gonna move.
Because don't both Briv and I get to lay a lick on him if he's trying to
Yes.
leave our
That is
space?
correct. Sentinel.
Mm-hmm. Even just the attack of opportunity.
No,
from him
he
moving.
knows. He knows. Oh,
Oh,
man.
okay.
Okay. All right. He's gonna come up. He's gonna come up, Briv, with his
Oh.
claws.
All right,
Okay.
he's got disadvantage. And if he does he hit?
Ooh. Why does he have disadvantage from
That's
the holy
my
R?
thing. He's got a
Okay.
That's
he has
her thing, yeah.
disadvantage
Right.
on all attack rolls.
Okay,
Got
so
it.
Okay, wait.
that's disadvantage. So he got a 33 and a 32.
So he hit. I need him
Yeah.
to make a Constitution saving throw DC 20.
Oh man, this is intense.
I have foreseen this moment.
It's oh okay.
Wait. Okay. Well, never mind.
No, it's fine.
Here's a 5.
Does he fail?
He fails.
He's blinded until the spell ends, which is a minute from now.
Yes.
Looking up the blinded condition.
That means he has disadvantage on everything because he can't see. He also can't target people with certain things and all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, he's got true sight and blind sense. Does that also affect that?
That I don't know.
It shouldn't affect blind sense. I mean, the
Yeah.
true sense is debatable, but the blind sense it would not.
Okay. But he'll still have the disadvantage.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I mean, the disadvantage just happens, but now other creatures should have advantage on him if for other reasons because he's blinded.
Okay, so one claw attack hits Briv. You take 21 points of piercing damage. That's the first attack. And you're taking way less damage. 35 for the 1st thing.
Still at disadvantage?
You can still feel the ruby rod, yep. And this is a 25. Does a 25 hit?
So I did not have to do Sentinel. Is that correct?
No, he stopped. He knows that you will just like murder.
So I'm
him.
going to use a reaction to try to use Glorious Defense.
Okay.
And I need to. Wait, no, I'm not going to use that.
Okay.
It's barely going to not make a difference. All right. Yep.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
All right. This dice got stuck.
Oh wait, was that a
18.
25? Sorry.
Yeah, it was a 25.
Okay, yes, I do want to use it then.
Okay,
I'll
go ahead.
26 if I use that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Okay.
I thought it was a 26. I got I
A
remembered the
lot's
wrong
happening.
A lot's
Yep.
happening. A lot's happening.
thing. So yeah,
This-
that should miss then.
Okay, that one misses then. He's going to make 2 more attacks on you. That's a 25 at disadvantage, and then a 5 at 21. So 21 misses.
Yeah. Armor class stays up at that level, so yeah, all of those miss.
And this is a 27. I'm going to roll the disadvantage again. Get out of the way, dice, please. Please fade. Please fade. Thank you. And
You're not anxious.
26.
A lot's happening.
That one hits.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. And now he
However-
slashes you again, and you take 23 points of piercing damage. Your bones still ache from when the ruby rod hits you, and it feels like part of you. I mean, it has stained your skin, but the claws hurt less.
When he hits Briv the last time, I'm going to use Sentinel on him, and I'm gonna hit him because he attacked somebody else near me.
Yep. That's
So,
true.
I'm
That's
gonna
true.
swing at him.
All right,
Yep.
take a swing.
That is going to be a 29 to hit him.
29 hits.
And I'm gonna drop a level 4 smite on him while I do this.
Did you roll that with advantage?
I didn't roll it with advantage.
You should crit fish just
Oh,
for
Oh,
funsies.
and also, Todd, as part of Glorious Defense, if they do miss me as part of that, I get a free attack as part of that reaction. So can I go ahead and do that?
Absolutely.
You also get to roll at advantage.
Yeah, I did not crit fish, but I'm gonna hit him. I'll roll it up and I'll tell you here
Got a
momentarily.
28 hits,
Yeah.
I think.
28 hits.
So that is. Hold on, my damage is incoming.
And you are currently in between the toes of a Tarrasque and
Perfect.
Asmodeus.
I'm ready.
That's 32 points of damage.
Yep, mine's coming in. I gotta add 13 to this, so 37 from me on that. I rolled poorly.
You got 37 total for damage?
Yep.
You consider this to be rolling poorly? Gotcha.
Have you met me?
Okay. He takes 37 points more damage.
Does that make it my turn?
It does make it your turn.
I just say, Alyndra, I could use a little help. And I look at the Tarrasque and I say, hey, you big old girl, charm monster. The Tarrasque needs to beat a wisdom 19.
Will it still attack Asmodeus if it's charmed by you?
I mean, it's going to be friendly to me. So, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna burn a legendary resistance to not be charmed.
Oh.
But I mean, does it really want to? I mean, look at Freely. Come on.
You know, that is okay. I'm fine with this.
Wait, can you talk to beasts?
Oh, of course I can. I can talk to beasts at will, actually.
Oh, you're casting charm monster and also
in Tarrasque saying, hey, you big old girl.
Right. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Now that is much better. Let's see, because I am a very 35.
All right.
Freely's got plus 17 persuasion.
The fact that he's already stubbed his toe on Asmodeus's pointy head horns, and that you have just said, "Hey, big old girl." What are you saying specifically? Are you like saying like other than that?
You know, I'm gonna channel my inner Penelope. Let's be friends.
Yeah.
And he just and just saliva slaps. Yeah, it's just like gushing. Just you see Freely, just the outline of Freely as a gush of saliva coming out of the horrid breath of the Tarrasque, just covers him in slime for a moment, and he almost looks like a slime angel. And it stops, and the Tarrasque suddenly regards Asmodeus and the giant serpent form of Asmodeus, and starts stomping off.
Hey, Freely, all worth it, right? You got that prestidigitation.
Towards Asmodeus, right?
Towards the giant snake version.
Right, towards the snake, right? Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were like the Tarrasque is like I'm just not doing this. I'm like no, we're doing this, Tarrasque.
Tarrasque is upset. Tarrasque needs to vent his upsetness at something. Perfect.
Yep.
Weirdest game I've ever run.
I mean, but I'm for it though. And Briv, don't forget I gave you a bardic inspiration, by the way.
Yeah.
But
is that a D8?
It's a D10 for me now. I've grown up.
All right, that was your action, correct, Freely?
I thought you were too spread out for D10s.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the end game now, so you know we got there. I turn and I look at Penelope and I just say, "It worked! Let's go!" And bardic inspiration for Penelope.
Okay.
So, and that's it. Yeah.
All right.
I imagine like Asmodeus is right here, and Freely's doing the full Gollum jumping up and down. Like I got the Tarrasque, it worked. Hey, I gotta tell Baloth that. Wait, did you steal Baloth's Tarrasque? And then that's it for me.
Right. Yeah, then we'll give it back.
I don't know who it belonged to before, but maybe.
I don't know if we can give it back in one piece.
all that matters is that we give it back, right?
If it helps us right here, I'll true resurrect it so we can give it back in one piece.
Oh my god, true resurrecting a Tarrasque.
Yep. That's future our problem.
Whittle is absolutely correct. That's a later problem.
That is
Asmodeus says, I hate all of you.
We already knew that.
I will say, I do just look at him for a second and I say, I told you, I just had to hold you long enough for my friends to get here. Now you're really in trouble. And that's it for me.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and hit you with a legendary action now.
No.
At disadvantage.
Give me 1 second. He whispers a terrible truth in your ears, even from this distance. You need to make an intelligence saving throw. 26.
You have advantage.
But say that is not my strength, but luckily I did roll a natural 20 because I know your tricks,
Chaos.
Asmodeus. Which is gonna get me to between my floor, the bless and Briv, that will get me to 28.
All right, you take half damage.
I
or no
don't.
damage.
Nope.
When he does it, I just look at him and I say, nope, already heard that one.
And you felt when he was talking in your ear that he was trying to take magic from you and cause it to explode out of you against your friends.
Mm.
And that's his legendary action for that. Okay, who's up next? Got a lot of windows open.
I think it was me.
It is Whittle's turn. Whittle, is there any giant... Does anyone else want to summon a giant gargantuan monster into the battle?
I mean, Penelope's yet to wild shape, so.
Okay, that's true.
Do it.
I also have summon elemental, conjure elemental. But
Whittle, what are you doing?
Whittle, you see her pick up a handful of dirt and blow it into the air. And you suddenly see this portal open as she casts Demiplane. As she crawls inside of it, bag of holding and all. She turns to look at Asmodeus to see if she can cast one more mote from her crown of stars, which is something that she had prepared after the long rest, but it is a DM's call whether or not I can do that as a bonus action.
Yeah. So, well, as Crown of Stars functions, it is a bonus action to shoot off a mote. You try to crawl into the demiplane and you cannot. And when you create the demiplane, it is within existence here at the end of time. You create a demiplane within this plane of existence. So you almost open up a pocket within a pocket.
But from Whittle's perspective, she sees a pocket.
Yes.
She doesn't
you
know.
physically cannot shove yourself in there, though.
Really?
No. When you try to, but you can shove objects in there.
Okay. As Whittle tries to fit her body into this door she just created, she feels some resistance and instead pulls the ruby rod out of her bag of holding and shoves that inside of the demiplane, and it appears to work.
Okay, you take another 3 points of force damage because you started your turn with it. So, but you throw the ruby rod into the demiplane. Do you close it? Can you close it?
Jen, I might need your help on that one. Can you lose concentration on that and just close it, or is it a full hour?
so no, you don't have to maintain concentration on it. It opens a room up, and then you go into it and can put things in it.
Okay.
Can I close it?
Yeah, you
at
can
will?
just drop it into the demiplane. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, you can.
That's what I do.
Okay. Fire off a mote. Try hit him.
Well, now that that's taken care of.
Your hand's still singed by touching the most evil artifact on the planet.
It doesn't hurt. It's fine.
What type of damage is it?
It is force.
Okay.
Wow.
27 hits. Roll that damage.
Also, you have advantage on that
You
attack.
have
so
advantage. You could get a crit on that. That is true.
Should I roll again to hit?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, I just rolled damage. It's a little laggy, so bear with me. 27 again for damage. So let me roll to hit again.
Okay.
Just for your own would you like me to control the Tarrasque on its turn just to make it easier for you?
No, it's good. I got it.
Okay, right.
So 27 was the higher roll.
Okay. So you hit, but you didn't get a critical hit. You didn't get like a 20 or something on the roll. So you do strike, and he is resistant. There's nothing that would cause him to take full damage, is there?
It is radiant.
Yep, it is radiant. Okay, you shoot him out. It strikes him across the cheek, and he starts bleeding.
Yeah, it's not a level 5 spell or lower. So yeah.
Okay. And that is your turn. We are on to Alyndra. Alyndra, what are you doing?
How big is Asmodeus? Is he large or is he huge?
He's large. Yeah, he's about 12 feet tall.
Yo, I thought he was in the snake form was bigger than that though.
Snake form is bigger than that. His avatar is 12 feet tall. You are fighting his avatar, the 12-foot version, but both versions are taking damage.
Oh,
Then I would like-
sorry.
Then I would like to disintegrate his avatar.
Okay.
I point at him, take out a lodestone, it spins in my hand, and I add a pinch of dust to it. It swirls around, and then a thin green ray springs from my finger as I point at him.
He is definitely going to legendary resistance that.
I figured.
So he will burn that. Legendary resistance. What does your disintegration look like as it almost takes hold on Asmodeus?
It's a thin green beam that swirls around him and begins to try and dissolve into almost like the dust that swirls around the lodestone.
Okay, perfect. That's been 2 legendary resistances. He's got the most out of anything in the D&D universe, but he is down. He's running out. And that's your action. Unless you have a bonus action. And you see him as that energy kind of like starts to consume him. You see him force it back through will alone, and it takes him a moment. And he seems slightly exhausted when you do so. It's not like a dismissive, I slap your disintegration away. You see that it takes something out of him to do it.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Orkira.
Orkira's been keeping an eye on all of her friends, and weirdly enough, Briv seems to have taken a lot of damage, and so she rubs her hands together and says, Briv, I don't know if I've ever had to do this before, except the time I brought you back from the dead, but you're doing great, you're doing great! And as she finishes rubbing her hands, she opens them up like she's opening up a book, and she's thinking of a friend of hers that is probably lost from losing Waterdeep, as a little red beetle of fire appears, and it bzzz and lands on Briv's head as I cast heal, and you get 70 hit points back.
All right.
Awesome.
Because
unlimited cosmic power.
itty bitty healing. And then that's all she's gonna do for the moment. She's 10 feet up in the air, just kind of looking at this Tarrasque like, Freely, I'm so glad this is your friend. Hi. That's the biggest dragon I've ever seen. And she's done.
All right, he's going to take a legendary action.
Two.
Yep, I apologize for my slowness. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
A lot's happening. Zone of safety.
Briv, he's so angry at this point.
Good.
Really, I need you to make a he whispers a terrible truth into your ears, and I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Into whomst?
Into Freely.
All right.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Let's see. All right. So we're getting +4. So that's now 23. That's gonna give me a 25. 26 is what I need, right?
Yep.
You don't want
I'm gonna use favorite of the gods to get it up to 31. Yep.
Okay.
I just look at him when he tries. I'm like, oh, Asmodeus, do you want to make a deal? Maybe we can work something out here. You can still get out of this in one piece. And I show him my Vorpal sword.
And
from above you, Freely, you hear Orkira say, no, he can't.
Yep, you don't take half damage. This is still going on, right? Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
10 minutes unless something breaks my concentration. Yep.
And normally you get the sense this would not be how this fight would be going. However, his true form is currently busy with a Tarrasque and an army of undead, and also he seemingly seems to be mortal on this plane of existence.
And now we've danced this dance a couple of times. Now I'm quite clear there's something that's different this time.
Yeah, you're like, oh, wow, everything's going pretty well, guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
that is his legendary action. And we are moving along to Briv Steelmarrow. Briv Steelmarrow, what are you doing? And you still feel this pain in your bones? Something about being touched by the ruby rod has affected you?
I mean, is there any lingering effect?
It's
Because
pain.
I have all kinds
It's
of...
not having an effect. It's just
Okay.
pain.
I was about to say all kinds of abilities that can get rid of things like that if there is something. But
No, I got you.
was that healing for me?
Yep, 20 points of healing from my healing spirit.
All right. So I'm going to make sure that I attack Asmodeus because I think it's very important that he not be able to heal again until my next turn. And so I'm going to attack him. The first one is a 29. Which
All these are at advantage.
Oh, 29. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack with the second one. 27. Does 27 hit? Oh, wait, it's at advantage. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, 27. Does 27 hit?
27 hits.
Okay, so that I am going to smite on one of those. No, I'm going to smite on both of those. And if I smite, I can also, with my bonus action, use Inspiring Smite, which is going to give me some healing as well. I could give that to someone else, but I need it the worst, and so therefore I am being characteristically selfish. And so,
No, you're doing a great job of tanking this for us, buddy. You're doing good. You're doing great, sweetie.
You do you, Briv.
Get
All right.
yourself healed. You got this.
So I'm going to, let's see what my slots are. Ooh, I have so many high-level spell slots left.
Oh, no.
All right, so I'm going to smite with 2 4th levels then, since both those hit. So
Okay.
that's going to be, it's going to take me just a second if you want to go far.
Got this. Penelope Half-Pint, what are you doing right now? You still have the sunshine is shining down on Asmodeus, and he's cooking.
Question is Briv like on top of him? Are
Yeah.
you within 5 feet of him?
Yes,
Briv and Freely are.
very much so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Plan B. Penelope is going to, not thinking it's going to work, but she doesn't want to hurt anyone else. So she's going to kind of pick out a little piece of glass that she had, and she's going to look at it, and she's like, I've only tried this one once before. Let's try it again. She's going to break the glass and cast Feeble Mind.
Asmodeus, what does Feeble Mind do?
Win. Feeble Mind just wins.
You blast the mind of a creature you can see within range, attempting to shatter their intellect and personality. So on a failed save, the creature's intelligence and charisma scores become a 1. They can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. This ends after 30 days.
Is there no saving throw for this?
There is a saving throw. It is an intelligence 18.
Yeah,
And I believe he's at disadvantage.
he's just gonna burn another legendary resistance. I don't think he wants to be.
That's valid.
You see
valid.
him just like touch his head for a moment, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I don't feel so good," and he's
Yeah.
like, and he pulls Penelope's magic out of his skull and throws it to the ground, and he's filled with rage. And now he looks at you, Penelope.
Another 72 points of damage from those 2
Ooh.
smites, and
All
cannot
right.
heal.
Okay, I still have a bonus action, which
Yeah.
if he's looking at me, she's gonna take that as a sign to be like, bye, and she's gonna she's gonna wild shape into a mammoth, get more hit points.
All right, you wild shape into a mammoth. He looks even angry.
You wouldn't hurt a cute little mammoth, would you?
And he's looking for a target. Freely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we spent so much time together. I'm kind of hurt that we're not getting more along.
Oh, you're gonna be way more hurt than that, buddy.
He already missed his chance. He's going to. I need a con save. 26 from you, Freely.
With
Okay.
advantage.
With
Advantage
advantage.
plus 4d4. All right, here we go. Hang on, wait. So I'm at 22. I'm at 26 with the d4.
Oof.
Literally nothing happens. He was trying to cast fragility on you, and he did forget to go out. Well, Whittle ran out of the range of his attacks.
I just look at him and I say, "Don't worry, buddy. It won't be long now, and we'll never have to dance this dance again."
Cocky Gerb.
All right, had to listen to him monologue for like episodes now. It's Freely's turn. It's Whittle's turn. It's all of their turns.
And now we are at Asmodeus' turn, and he's gonna come at you hard, Freely.
Yep.
Well, but at disadvantage, so not that hard.
I mean, come at me. Let's go.
I mean, it's Asmodeus. It's always I'm not.
Let's go.
Finish that.
No, let's go.
It's all right. So here we go. He's gonna make his first attack roll on you.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the ruby rod.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 23 hit. Wait, let me do disadvantage. I apologize.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, 23. Is 23 hit?
I'm gonna put up my shield, so it'll be 26 is my AC.
Okay.
So no.
Nope. All right, we'll try again.
Mm-hmm.
He's rolling so bad. That's a 22. Well, 22 is
Good.
fail. All right, so we're doing the next one. Another 22. That's a fail. What the heck?
I got a lot of practice at this, Asmodeus.
Yep, all 4 claws. Wait, he's got one more.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that that's the RP of this. That like
Mhm.
you now know his moves better than anyone, and so you're just like 2 seconds ahead of him
He's
because
just raking his claws against your shield every single time it misses. He's just grating
Matrix
his
style.
claws.
This is
Mhm.
awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's go, buddy.
High level campaigns.
we need artwork of Freely dodging him Matrix style.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
glasses and everything.
Yep.
The
Yep.
jacket.
And the more
Talking.
this happens, the more his flesh seems to almost is now just glowing with his internal rage. Like he almost looks like he's made out of magma at this point as the cracks are starting to show.
Important point of clarification: the Tarrasque did not act last turn. I'm
Oh,
about
the
to do a
Tarrasque
thing.
is acting. I'm handling Tarrasque.
Okay,
Tarrasque is
okay, all right.
yeah.
Tarrasque is Tarrasquing. Okay, got it.
Yeah, the Tarrasque is like biting, like everyone, like Asmodeus, the serpent in the distance. Like there's atmosphere between you and this fight currently, and you see them then are chomping the entire time. It's a sustained amount of damage every turn. The Tarrasque is like biting onto the throat of Asmodeus, the serpent, in the distance.
All right.
Terra.
I feel like I should have popcorn for this.
So, does that make it my turn?
That does make it, I believe, your turn.
Okay. So, I got him with a 19 on the die, so that's gonna be 1 crit off of my Hexblade's curse. But I'm going to cash in one of my lucks to crit fish for a second one.
Well, also
Because
you have advantage on all of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I hit him the second time. It's like 27, but I mean I'm crit fishing. I'm crit fishing.
Ah.
I want to put him away with that. Nope. Okay. All right. So I think I have a 27 and I have a crit on him. I'm gonna I can only do it once. I'm gonna Eldritch smite him and level 5 smite him and defensive flourish. So I'm just gonna be that much harder to hit. So
I gotcha.
Hang on. Let me see here. This give me uno memento because I'm gonna do my best to light him up here. So
And
that is
Alyndra,
gonna be-
you've noticed he's started attempting to teleport out in between these rounds, and he's been failing. So you see kind of like the shift in magic, or with your true sight, where he's like a little bit of a portal he's trying to open up, or trying to like leave or misty step out, and he can't.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, and then hang on, and then oh yes, that's gonna be. Hang on.
I like that.
All right,
we have
here we
like
go.
big role play episode, not big math episode.
Big math. Big math. Big math. All right, hang on. Lots of numbers coming. Hold on.
You got
Let's see
this.
here.
He hates you.
Yeah.
so-
Oh, the feeling is very mutual.
yeah, you're a close second right now between Averin and you. Now he's like, I hate you a lot more. I hate you a lot.
It's. I want you to remember all of this where you're going. Ooh, I don't think this is going to be a very good roll, though. Oh, no, all these dice, and I'm seeing a lot of ones. 127 points of damage.
Only 127 points of damage. And again, Briv, he's not healing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Takes
Yes, not
127
healing,
points of
not healing.
damage.
Yep.
What else you got? He's bleeding.
Trying to push this guy over the edge. I made a mistake. I could have hit him a lot harder, and I didn't say it. That was my own fault.
I know how that feels.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, I was trying. Yeah, I made a mistake.
That's okay. He's not going anywhere.
That's true. We're gonna lock him down. That is it. Although defensive flourish, I had my AC is going to be 27 now.
Okay, you do it.
Yep.
Whittle,
that's it.
You have thrown the ruby rod into a demiplane. You've created a pocket of existence within this dimension. What are you doing now?
It's a hot pocket,
It's a hot pocket, yes.
as someone in chat mentioned.
And
Whittle
Asmodeus
pocket.
for simplicity, Asmodeus's true form, his serpent form, is taking 100 points of necrotic damage every round, and the Tarrasque is doing flat damage every round as well on Whittle's turn.
Get him.
Real quick, we see. Okay, Orkira sees that.
Oh, you see the serpent that is Asmodeus almost a mile out now as this fight is happening, and the Tarrasque is like biting onto its throat and kind of hanging off of Asmodeus's serpent form throat, and the undead are still clawing and gnashing and biting all over its skin.
But
again,
more importantly,
like ants on a.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
But more importantly, we're seeing him take necrotic damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Whittle.
He's taking damage from them.
The reason I ask is because Orkira has been going on the assumption that he is immune to fire damage, but doesn't know about other things. And so if he's taking necrotic damage, that's a good thing to know.
Let me give you. Well, go ahead and Whittle, tell me what you're doing, and I'm looking something up real quick.
Whittle is still standing pretty close to the demiplane, and she's like mashing her goggles to cast another mote. And then as soon as one fires off, she's going to cast Fireball at 5th level using Overchannel for a max amount of damage, but also using Transmute to acid damage.
Do you still have the points for meta magic to do that?
How many points do I get again?
I think the fee only has 2.
Yeah, I do.
Because you've transmuted and
you've already transmuted a spell once. That's what I'm saying.
Does it require 2 points?
Also.
Yeah, I think that particular effect does.
Okay.
I would suggest not using fire. I think we've all.
I don't want to use fire. Is anybody standing within 20 feet of Asmodeus right now?
Both Briv and Freely are.
You do have Sculpt as an evocation wizard.
Yeah, but a lot of that is for fire too. I didn't really plan for this.
Okay, that's weird. He does take necrotic damage.
Whittle, you've already done a ton, so anything you do is going to be extra awesome on top of a cake.
You're doing great, honey.
Thank you.
Wait, is Whittle the honey? Or is Tarrasque honey?
It's area of effect, honey.
Area of effect.
That's my favorite AoE.
Todd, we've got a little multiversal magic that
if it's
we might
cheese, I
want
swear to God.
No, it's not the cheese this time. So, but it's in the chat here.
Okay, since I have taken some damage and I cannot be healed, I will take the path of self-preservation and cast Dimension Door if that works here. DM,
I will tell you the moment you Dimension Door to go somewhere else.
Just 500 feet away. Not
okay, so you're not trying to do any damage of any kind right now.
No, just Crown of Stars. Just
okay.
a moat, which I can roll for that.
You are able to cast Dimension Door, and you move 500 feet out of the fray. And go ahead and make your Crown of Stars attack.
I'm glad I have that advantage. Oh, dirty 20 for the first one.
You will be out of range of all his attacks.
That I said that before.
He very much does not like you.
That was my very first action I mentioned.
Gotcha.
Okay, so first one is 20 to hit.
20
Does that hit?
to misses.
All
did you do it at advantage?
Yes, I did.
Sorry.
And 20 was the higher one. Okay, so I am just going to Dimension Door and hide 500 feet away.
Okay.
I approve of this dimension dooring. Yes, thank you.
All right, Alyndra, you are up.
Well, I know he's dismissed quite a few spells at this point, so let's try
he's at-
disintegrate again.
Okay.
He's used at least 3.
He's used 3. I will say he is more powerful than Tiamat for context.
How dare you?
Said what I said.
My NPC can take your NPC.
How dare
this-
you?
Such how our,
Swinging
this is
stat
how our
blocks
friendship
in here.
works. We get upset about the devils we use. Alyndra, you see this time your disintegration strikes him, and you see the flesh start to tear off of him, and he takes even more effort, and you see him burn another legendary resistance, and he hits the ground with his knee now. And he's lost another one.
Okay.
That's clutch. Might not seem like much.
I know it doesn't feel
It
like much,
is.
but like he's
Oh, it all adds up.
it's all it's
Massive.
worse than damage. So
Yep.
like ultimately. Do you have a bonus action?
Not that I know.
Okay.
Todd, I asked you something via the Twitter DM there. Twitter DM, sorry.
I got you.
When convenient.
Okay.
Okay.
And who is up next now? That's Orkira.
Orkira looks down at this creature and her hand lights up with fire. I promised I was gonna reach down your throat and pull out your insides. But I think I
Whoa.
have a better idea. And she makes a fist and is casting harm for the first time ever. Need him to make a Constitution saving throw DC 20.
At
Or
disadvantage.
not in
At
polite company.
disadvantage.
He has advantage on all magical attacks, so it's it's an equal.
It's even.
Right.
It's a push.
It's even.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
so
even.
and
Yep.
which one was it?
Constitution DC 20.
Dude, what? This is why I'm sharing these rolls with you. I made a stat block I made a character that is Asmodeus. He rolled a 2, he got a 12.
Okay. Then he's gonna take this full 14d6 necrotic damage.
14 D6, he's definitely burning a legendary resistance.
Okay, so it would be 41 necrotic damage, so I guess it's half.
Okay.
Um,
And the same thing happens.
The
You see
damage
him
can't
start to
reduce it.
rot immediately, and he like tries to push it off, and you see him breathing now. He's breathing.
you killed half my family. It's time we kill you. And that's her turn.
You know, we can make a deal to get them back, Orkira.
We could have. Now I just want you destroyed.
How much damage did you do?
I did 41, but you said he burned a legendary
Yeah.
resistance, so it was half
Mhm.
that.
Okay.
Mhm.
By the way, Belle's looking forward to taking over.
Oh, aggravated whale damage.
This is like a really rough day at the playground.
Mhm.
I've had a really rough 24 hours. We've been waiting for this.
I've had a really rough 300 years.
That's fair. That's accurate. Well, you know.
Really take his head.
I'm gunning for it.
So, okay, I wasn't prepared for all the monsters that are happening, and I am finding the encounter builder. And okay, Orkira, that is your turn. No bonus action. Briv Steelmarrow, you are up. Oh, burning a legendary. He's going to do a legendary action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. God, you really have him on the ropes. This is the worst for him.
You mean
Okay.
best?
Really, he's gonna try to get you again. You're the closest. I need you to
Okay.
make I need you to make a wisdom. I mean, I make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
He
All the-
tries to get in your head again by whispering to you.
All right. Here we go. That is going to be a 23. I'm going to cash in my divine luck to add a D10, which got me to 29.
And I don't know what I'm rolling because you're not getting the half on any of this.
I feel like he's just down to one knee and like Freely just has this gold rolling off of him, and he's like, you really brought this on yourself.
If anyone fails this roll, kids at home, they will burn their highest spell slot, and then damage will erupt out of them in an area of effect of 60 feet. And that's what's being avoided right now.
Over and
I
over
remember.
and over.
I remember. Yeah, come on.
It's like a high-pitched, kill me now.
Kill me, I'm here. Kill me now.
It's the worst German accent I've ever accent. I've taken psychic damage. Penelope. Oh, wait, Briv, it's you. Sorry.
Take it home, Briv.
All right, I'm going to make sure that he still cannot heal by attacking him.
Okay.
And all right, so first one is a 26 hit.
With advantage?
26 hits.
Okay.
And yeah, you have advantage.
Oh, I have advantage. Let me just roll. Well, that's a 20. I'm glad somebody told. Why do I have advantage?
Because of Orkira.
Orkira.
Because a while ago I cast a thing. There's a
Mm-hmm.
reason that Orkira was like, this thing off now because
That's very, very nice, Orkira. I appreciate that. I'm gonna roll this next one.
I'm here
So
for all of you.
so
I'm here for all of
do I
us.
have advantage on this also?
Everything. Every attack you have on him has advantage. And every
Good
attack he
grief.
has is because he got off and yeah.
I think y'all are cheating.
No.
All right, so
no.
20, 27. So that hit too, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Between
smite.
Freely and I shut down a lot of this.
What do I have available for my smites? Okay, excellent. I have one more of those. Okay, I'm going to start this math process again. I really wish that I could.
It actually might be worth waiting this time because this might do it.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go as fast as I can. All right, so.
Nope, take your time.
All right. Hey, anyone want to do math for me? 32, 24.
I got it.
32, 24.
That's 56.
Yep.
Then
That's just the noise of the Tarrasque in the background.
Just like butting his head against them. Yeah.
I imagine the Tarrasque is picking up some of the undead and throwing them at Asmodeus.
Pass ball special.
oh,
We're at 56 until you give me something else.
28,
That's 84.
36,
120.
and another 28.
148.
148.
The Tarrasque is doing 140 points of damage against Asmodeus in his serpent form every round. 100 points of necrotic damage are being done by the army of the dead that has been summoned by the Shadowfell, aka Whittle. And that is happening as well.
That's all Whittle damage right there.
Excellent.
240 points
Little
of
bit of
damage around.
damage.
And he can't heal. Damn. And I thought I was being way too mean when I did this.
That must be real rough.
I mean, in fairness, we've also had some lucky rolls, so.
In his rolls, I mean, like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm the count. It's
Okay,
terrible.
that time, 142 points of damage.
142 points of damage.
Hope won't be long now, buddy.
He's bleeding pretty bad. Anything else from Briv?
That's it for now.
Get 11 points of healing back.
Nice.
Hey.
I am literally up to full now.
That's got to be frustrating. That's got to be real rough.
It's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Asmodeus. Didst thou feel that?
You know, Briv,
I don't feel anything.
Penelope,
Briv,
even
I
if
really-
I die here, I'll make sure Freely comes with me again.
You know
that.
what? For some reason, I just don't believe you. You know?
You know, when you've been dissed by Penelope, You know, you might as well just end your existence.
Ultimate burn.
Mm.
I thought he was a munifier.
You know, Asmodeus,
Now that was shade damage.
I see that, you seem to be, resisting a lot. And gosh, you must be getting real tired of that. But guess what? I have another piece of mirror here. Feeble mind.
Right before that, like, because he's going to use his legendary action, I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Who?
You.
Okay.
I have foreseen this moment. You can have a 16 on the dice.
Oh, wow.
And we can pump that higher if we need to.
20. So that would give me a 21
You need a
plus
26.
4 would
Mm-hmm.
be a 25
5.
plus
a
I get a
D4.
D4, and I also have guidance, right? Does that do anything?
Oh,
You've bardic
right.
inspiration.
Guidance won't.
You
sorry,
do
no,
have a
no.
bardic inspiration that'll add a
Which is a
D10 to that.
D10.
Yeah,
Yep.
you save, and again, it's half damage you don't take, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I had a lot of
literally,
time to
you
think
feel
about
him.
this
You
fight.
see that he tries to light up Penelope to cause her to explode with magical energy, and it stops.
What did
Penelope,
I say?
what are you currently doing?
I've broken another piece of mirror as I cast Feeble Mind on him. I'm wondering if he's used up all of his resistance. This is what I'm trying.
You see him crack as he burns his last legendary resistance.
Fine, that's fine. But you got
And he is he's on the ground for a moment, and he tears like the nature. What does your magic look like?
It's like green vines with pink flowers that kind of burst like fireworks.
And he pulls all that out of his skull and throws it down to the ground again. And that's all of that he has left.
Get him, Freely.
All right. That brings us to Freely, correct?
Well, Asmo, he goes before me, so he can try stuff.
That's right. He's got a. Oh yeah, it's his turn. Yeah,
Mhm.
yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Boo!
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 Oh, but you're a giant mammoth.
He's
How
a
many
bum.
hit points does a mammoth have?
126. But actually, I popped out of being a mammoth just to do that spell because I needed a material component. But then, as a bonus action, I pop right back.
But you don't have to anymore, right? Because of your capstone?
We're not
if-
there yet.
If I have,
Oh, I thought you got it last time.
I did get it last time, but I can't
Oh.
use spells that have material components.
Got
And
it.
that one has a
Ah.
material component. So
He starts tearing into Penelope the mammoth.
do it. Bring it.
I Sentinel.
Did you?
Go ahead.
Hand to God, that's a natural 20.
What?
Please
All
tell me you
right.
take off his head before he can even get to Penelope.
You tell me if I take off his head before he can get to Penelope.
I mean, roll your damage. It's a crit.
I mean, the Vorpal sword cuts his head off. If that's it, just does. So because I'm hitting him with a Vorpal sword, so I can give you the damage, but if it doesn't, it's another 6d8 to him. So I can give you the damage because I'm about to drop everything I got on him.
you see you cut his head off and it rolls to the ground and he like literally grows another head.
Boo! I'm rolling damage.
There's this head of Asmodeus at your feet.
You know what, really? At first I thought that was bad, but how many cycles did you have to get killed by him? Maybe you just get to kill him that many times in return.
Yeah.
Hang on, no, we're about to take him to Cherry Chair. So Dungeon Master.
Yes.
Again, you tell me how we're going to adjudicate this, because if the target cannot be decapitated, it is if the GM decides the creature basically cannot be killed, it does an extra 6d8 slashing from the hit. So if the sword, if cutting his head off is not going to kill him, do I get the 6d8?
You do.
Okay.
Of course, you should get a benefit for the fact that his head cannot
And
be.
you should be able to smite on that.
Oh, I'm smiting and Eldritch smiting and everything. I'm dropping literally everything I have. As I see he turns for Penelope, I'm just like, nope, not today.
Penelope just has her like hands crossed, like.
Let's see. A lot of dice are rolling. The computer's crunching right now. Let's see.
Okay.
Hang on. Can't believe that sucker can't get his head cut off. I've been waiting for that so long. It would have been
I'm so
dramatically
sorry.
appropriate. No, that's all right. That's okay. We're just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Take him a piece at a time. That is not the best roll. That is only 97 points of damage. Ah!
All right, he takes 97
Only-
points of damage, and he's like it's gross when he has to regrow a head, and he is pissed. The archdevil, the devil is angry at you all, and you feel the entire ground shaking as the Tarrasque is like crawling on top of Asmodeus, the serpent form, and trying to bend Asmodeus's mouth open over and over again, trying to pull open the mouth. And as it's doing so, the army of undead start flooding into Asmodeus's mouth. Anything else from Freely?
That was Sentinel. So no, that was. I mean, it's still his turn to go after Penelope. I just got to hit him when he tried to hit her.
And he really can't heal at all. Wow. Okay. He's gonna go full on at Penelope then. All right.
Well, I mean, full on with disadvantage, but still.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Hold on. Wait. Let me check just one thing. Sorry. Hang on a second. Because it might be relevant before he starts hitting her. I apologize. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I'm gonna go and make the rolls. So there's a 19 hit.
When I hit him, his speed became 0. So can he reach her?
How far away is Penelope?
Penelope didn't move anywhere close to him from when we started fighting.
All right. Well, then he's going after you, Freely.
It's fine. I held him there. Fine. Let's go.
All right. 35 and then a 4. 20. Does a 20 hit?
So no, my AC is currently 27. I'm gonna burn a luck to make him re-roll that hit that did hit me.
That was a disadvantage hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, he hasn't hit you yet.
Okay.
Well, that's the
Right.
first one's a 20.
How much?
That
By how
is-
much
that is
did
not-
he hit you?
He hasn't yet.
He has a 29.
That would get me by 2.
All right, can we there is some very relevant wild magic going on right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's see the wild magic before. Well, I'll let you do the
You have
wild magic.
resistance to all damage. Freely suddenly has resistance to all damage. Briv suddenly gets
Wow.
one size larger. That's going to affect the damage he puts out.
Smaller.
No, that's smaller.
Oh, smaller? Oh, never mind.
That's fine. It can still impact it. That's
Briv-
fine. I'm
Briv gets
gonna
tiny.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alyndra, were you going to do anything to intervene before I do something to intervene?
No, go ahead.
What's
I
with
can't
magic?
use it without a bonus action.
I'm going to use a point of luck to make him re-roll the hit that did hit me.
Okay. $28.
Again, that will be enough to hit me by 1 if nobody can do anything.
I'm not next to you, so I can't.
Let me just look.
Otherwise, this will be the first time this slimy bastard actually managed to hurt me this whole entire fight.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll use it. Hopefully it won't come into play later. I will use my reaction to provide glorious defense to Freely, which will add +4 to his armor class.
There we go.
All
Then
right.
my AC goes up to 31.
Oh
Wow.
my god. All right.
We got you.
Holy
We got
crap.
Paladin Bros.
That's a 30. Okay.
Yeah, but you're resistant to all damage now. So
True, but that's
that
not the point.
helps
I'd still
too.
rather take 0 just on principle.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
He's as quickly as he's slashing into you, and he's actually I imagine he's actually hitting you, and you're just healing.
This time,
immediately.
I didn't even put the shield up. I'm like, I don't even need the shield, Asmodeus. Man, you're just getting sloppy, man. You're just sloppy.
Okay. I'm gonna make. I can't make a meaner person than this.
Mhm.
So, we are on to the next one.
That's me, right?
That is you, Freely.
Come on,
What are you
Freely.
doing?
That is a 19 and a 20. That's a 19 and a 20. I will literally see you in hell, Asmodeus. Literally. You know? And he's running out of spell slots too, because I've dropped everything on this dude.
Well, you should.
let's see. Hold on a second. That, oh my God. Just as he's doing, okay, so now this time I only have enough to, I can only 48 smite. I can't 5d8 smite, but I am going to drop both on him.
Okay.
And I realize this probably, here, let me just check one thing here. When he does all this, you just see he's just like slashing, and freely drops the Vorpal sword, and just a blade of pure shadow appears in his hand. And he's like, apparently we got to do this your way. And my shadow blade manifests and cream him. So that is going to be oh, hang on, wait, actually, wait. Let me make sure I got enough spell slots to do my shadow blade. Sorry, everybody, a lot's happening.
No, it's fine. It's we might go a little bit long. I hope that's okay. Kind of.
No, we're not gonna go long. Freely's gonna decapitate him again. It's gonna be great.
I do have enough for my shadow blade. Okay, great. So that's that, and then that's that, and then wait, I'm mathing. Hang on, sorry.
You got this.
Okay.
So Whittle, the Tarrasque's name is Terry? Because we're in the telepathic bond, so we can still talk even though she's far away.
Actually, I like that name better because it's kind of unisex. I thought Terra because Tarrasque, but I think I like Terry better.
Just
It depends
in
if
the
you want.
distance.
Depends on if you want. I mean, I think both of them are kind of unisex, but do you want something that's more terrifying or terry cloth? Like, do you want like a?
Could also be rascal.
Ooh,
Oh, rascal.
that's also a
like
good name.
However, also we're talking about the Tarrasque here.
Yeah, but there's also the end. There's also the end of all things, and so why can't we be friends?
I think I got him. I think I got it right. Hang on. Wait.
All right, tell me it.
No. Oh, did I get it right? I don't know if I got it right. Hang on. Sorry.
You got
Well, if you got it wrong, then we'll all know.
I
We'll all
haven't
know
even, I
for
haven't even looked at the damage yet. Here, so that is what is 6d8 and 6d8 and 8d8 and 8d8. That is 6, 12,
It's
20,
really
20,
counting?
28. Yep. I mean, very slowly.
Slow motion.
Yeah. I'm rolling so terribly. That is only 80 points of damage. Jeez.
Pitiful.
You slash into him, and he looks hurt, and he's still up. Again, I said, hey.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hang on. Wait. I did forget one thing with my defensive flourish. Hold on a second. Sorry. Let us see. So that is going to be an additional 18 points of damage.
That doesn't do it.
Well,
So
my
98.
my AC now is 30.
Gotcha.
That's worth it.
It's just wailing against him with this shadow blade. I'm just like, I don't care. I will banish you from this plane of existence, and I will find you wherever you go, and I will destroy you again. But he's got thousands of hit points. Thousands of hit points.
I'm going to let you know he has 1,000 hit points.
He's got multiple thousands.
I am.
No, I mean, there's resistances.
Yeah.
And he's got resistances.
Mm-hmm.
Is it too meta to tell everyone how many hit points he has left?
Yeah, because I
don't want to know.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I totally want to know, but I guess
Nope.
I'm out.
I'm gonna message.
Yeah.
I want Adam to know so that he knows. I'll DM you on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know because
If
he's
you're
got like
messaging
3.
people,
I don't care about spoilers.
If
if you're
he's
messaging
got
people
like
how many hit points he has left, then it's probably not
all
good.
the
It's probably too
spoilers.
No.
many.
if
Or
he's
it's
no,
like
he's
1.
probably
Or
got
it's
like
like
4.
2.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Adam,
I'm
check your
we
Twitter.
got
You'll
this,
see it.
everybody. We
if
got
there's
this,
if there's
everybody.
anything something I could have done to push him over the brink and I didn't do it, I'm just gonna be mad. So I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, if it makes you feel better, you couldn't have.
it's Whittle. Whittle, what are you doing?
So Whittle is still 500 feet away. And so you see her rise again as a shadowy, misty form.
Is this your vampire form?
As
Your Dreadlord form? Okay.
Yeah. And then you see her duplicate as she casts Mislead again. So there's a shadowy
Well,
duplicate.
Mislead's constantly going.
Mhm.
But yeah. You don't have to burn an action to cast Mislead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just have to keep concentration on it.
You do see that Asmodeus is hurting.
So as future Lord of Ravenloft,
What?
how much say do I have in what my undead army do?
I mean, they're currently attacking his true form. Though they just want revenge on Asmodeus. They are not your personal army any more than Freely is your personal Freely.
I mean,
You need
I'm
to
no
deal with-
objection. I am in fact her personal Freely.
That's okay, accurate. But you
Right.
you are not beholden to her, other than the fact that she brought you back into this world.
And of course, they do have free will, but might I merely suggest that whatever undead creatures happen to be within a 20-foot radius bite his ankles and just make it a little difficult to get around?
They're already in the distance attacking, unfortunately. But noted, they will start moving. Do you want to take another action?
Another DM question as future Lord of
Okay.
Ravenloft.
we're down to
Could-
time, so
could
let's
e-
do
could-
it.
Could each creature, as they are taking chunks out of Asmodeus, tell him a little story about what they left behind when he killed them? Just all psychic, telepathic
Absolutely.
communication.
Okay. They are all
Just
talking
more
about,
of an annoyance.
they are all doing that. They are telling him how angry they are at him. What is the action that Whittle is doing in combat?
I am 500 feet away in an act of self-preservation because I've taken damage. So I am staying put and not doing any damage. I am relying on the angry undead at the moment.
Okay. He takes another 140 and another 100. That brings us to Alyndra.
You have one last chance to say anything you would like to say, because this is the end for you.
And the green magic starts to swirl in my hand. And I'm upcasting here.
Okay. And he says, what I wished was that you all felt that you had won and believed it.
There's no winning and losing here. There's only restoring a balance.
All right.
Farewell, Asmodeus. And I send this thin beam of green disintegrating light his way. Starts at the tops of his horns and begins to trickle down.
What's the save?
It
Dex?
is a Dex 19, and as a bonus action, I'm going to prepare all of the. I'm going to use the Staff of Fate to deduct from his saves.
And he's got
Okay.
disadvantage.
And he will have
he's got
disadvantage.
Oh yeah,
resistance.
even right.
Got burn a dark one's luck. So, oh my god, 15.
Beating you doesn't feel like winning.
And
Oh,
he
well,
needs to
we've
take a
lost so
D4
much.
off of that anyway.
And that's a 15 plus 9.
-2.
And then we're gonna take off -2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's
24, 22. Yeah.
yeah. Did he save or no? 22.
Sorry. Go back to it.
I just want to make sure I'm accurate on this. So it's-
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's 22 then, right? Yeah. Okay.
Does that beat the save? 22.
Sorry, I'm going back to it. Give me 1 second, please.
Okay, no
Go.
problem. Take your time.
Again,
It's a
lot's
Dex
happening.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a 22. He barely dodges out of it, and you disintegrate one of his horns, and it burns down to the nub, and his skull starts bleeding. Any bonus actions?
I will give the staff of the or a staff of fate D4 to who's next?
Orkira.
To Orkira.
Okay.
What does that do?
You'll be able to add or subtract it D4 to your ability check, attack, roll, damage, roll, or saving throw.
Okay.
All right. Orkira,
But you have to use it on the next turn.
Okay.
He's gonna make one more legendary action. And thank you so much, Peter, for being so kind. He's going to try to hit you freely for a con save.
Okay.
He's gonna reach out and touch you.
Reach out.
It's not an attack roll.
Yep.
It's just the flavor of it.
Mm-hmm. That is going to
You need to be a 26 con.
That is going to be.
Wait.
It's a legendary action.
Mm-hmm.
We're there.
27.
Ooh.
And you don't take half.
He can't touch you.
Wow. Wow. Oh,
He's still Todd.
Yeah.
Todd, he still is taking damage. He's just not fully disintegrated by that.
Oh yeah, he did.
On a
I thought disintegration was fail
oh wait,
or nothing.
hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh, I'm sorry, it
disintegrate.
is. Never mind.
Yeah.
Save
I
or
misread
suck.
something.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
My
it's
mistake.
a scary thing. It's a scary spell.
Save or suck. Yep.
Orkira Ildrex, what are you doing?
Destroying you isn't winning. I have plans for how to win later. I'm casting Guiding Bolt at 9th level with advantage.
Finish him.
That is a 29 before I add anything else. I'm assuming
it's
that
to
hits.
hit?
To hit.
It hits?
Yes. He takes 31 radiant damage. Is that enough?
31 at 9th level?
Yeah,
Ninth
the
level
Guiding
is
Bolt is
31?
that's what I rolled was 12d6, and it's not a ton. I can't do any of my fire stuff, so I'm just trying.
All right, and next person has advantage on the attack roll, but he is not down.
He's not down? Okay. I'm tempted to do it now.
If not now, when? I don't even know what it is, but if not now,
Yeah.
when?
Whatever it is, do it.
Because I still have my movement. As a bonus action, I finally give in and I transform into the Phoenix.
Yes, get him.
And
What does this look like for you?
she blasts him with this bolt, hoping that it's going to be the end of him and she can move on to the important things. And when it doesn't, she finally gives in to the anger of how much hurt there has been and all of the wounds and scars that are on her body that have been pouring fire erupt. And it becomes gargantuan, except she also narrows as she's gonna do a flyby on him. And so she's gonna fly by him and not do a ton of stuff, but it's apparently.
We'll say, you are a celestial phoenix, so you do celestial damage, not fire damage, for anyone wondering at home.
Yes, but so the first time I enter a creature's space on a turn, they're gonna take radiant damage.
Okay.
But it is only this. It is only 5 radiant damage, but I'm gonna try to move into his body like I said I was going to.
You jump into you because you can technically move into a 1-inch space. You will occupy that space by entering into his body, but he can move out of you being inside of him.
Yeah, I'd
Like
like to
you're-
see him try.
Okay.
And I would like to sit like a lead ball in his stomach, like a ball of hot magma just burning through that stomach that ate my friend.
All right, who's next then? So you see Asmodeus glowing inside with the fire of the phoenix that is now Orkira inside of him. You can see his rib cages. Who's next?
I don't actually know. I think it's Briv, probably.
It's Briv. Briv, what do you do?
I just look over at him, just standing there, like heaving, and I'm like, Briv, finish this.
Briv is going to attack his 2 times. Spirit Shroud is still up, fluttering about Asmodeus, and they are saying very ugly things to Asmodeus in order.
I like how everyone's instructed their undead to talk smack.
Yeah, and Briv is just chuckling like occasionally here or there, and nobody else understands the references.
And all this is at advantage.
Good grief, disadvantage stuff. So that first one's a 26. That hits, I think.
26
And,
hits.
You said good grief, this is at advantage. This is what I do.
I know
That
that's
next
how
one
hard
is-
life is. Yeah.
That next one is higher for sure. And then I'm going to go ahead and smite here as well.
Okay.
And I am getting a little lower. These spell slots.
Yo.
All right,
It's
so
just-
yeah, all right. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to smite both times here. Man, math is hard. I wish I had this on the digital a little easier, but then I would still have to add up the batches. So, all right. So, okay, between the 2 attacks, that is a total of 68 points of damage.
Briv. How does Briv kill the devil?
Briv is going to, at this stage, he says, he gets very close to Asmodeus, and he says, I can tell that thou art on the edge. I have seen this moment so many times with all the foes that I have destroyed across all these years, so I can taste it in the air. And so I want thee to know that in thine vital moments, it was not just Briv Steelmarrow, but it was all of these heroes, all of these compatriots who have been with me for all this time that destroyed thee once and for all. And I'm going to take the metal in my bones, and I want to basically just shoot metal everywhere in a way that is hooking him and securing him in place. And then I call for everyone in the group to come and take a last swing.
Group? How
Whittle
do you
runs
kill
up and
Asmodeus?
just unloads her crown of stars into him. Pew, 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 pew.
I think at the final blow, Penelope Mammoth steps on.
Nice.
You crush Asmodeus into the ground.
I
Or
want
Kara,
to
Alyndra,
use
yeah.
the only way I can think of to make him understand at all, just have a glimpse of it, because I know it'll go 2 ways. So I will mind spike him. And I want him to know what he has done in his last moments. It's always been open to me. This time I am opening it.
You
To him.
crack open his mind.
Orkira, Whittle.
From inside his stomach, Orkira remembers a story that Averin told her a long time ago about bringing someone back from the dead and killing them over and over and over again. And how easy that would be right now, so that Freely could do that to him over and over and over and over. But no, I have other work to do. And she does nothing.
All All right, so Freely, you're the last. Whittle already did her thing.
Whittle did her thing.
Yeah, she kept on shooting crown of stars into his head. Or like,
Freely walks over with the Vorpal sword and stands over him and sheaths it and leans down next to him. And I actually put my hand on his head and I say, "You want to know the reason why you lost? It's because I don't hate you. And I'm going to send you to the one place I know more than anything you don't want to go." And I perform ceremony on him. I give him a holy burial. I try and atone for his soul and send him to Mount Celestia is my intent as I perform this ritual over Asmodeus. He will die in peace in atonement. That is what he gets. Take that, Lord of Nessus.
you just hear screams as all of this happening. A giant mammoth foot crushes him into the ground. Whittle walks up and just tap, 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 tap with a crown of stars. His mind is splintered and cracked open by Mind Spike. And Orkira decides not to take vengeance. And at the same time, freely consecrates the devil.
The very last thing I say to him, I forgive you. And finish it.
I wished that you thought you won. And he just turns into dust and fades.
And wishes never come true the way you want them to. Take it from me.
You see in the distance the serpent just erupt with the souls that have vengeance and rage crawling out of this dead serpent in the distance. And Asmodeus is dead. And the Tarrasque is hopping around happily in the distance.
I do look at Penelope and I say, you remember when I said, we should get away for a little while and spend some time together?
Yeah. I mean,
Snuffle up.
We got a telepathic bond. You're good.
The Underdark wasn't what I had in mind, but a friend of mine is really going to be missing this thing. So maybe we could take it back to Baloth. We could take in a show.
Yeah, Whittle tries to run after it and cast Hold Monster, try to keep up with it, jump on its back. We gotta get you back.
No, she's not gonna go. No, she's good. No, we're old friends. No, let her do her thing. Yeah. I mean, wait.
Whittle, you climb around, you spider climb on the Tarrasque upside down. You're trying to navigate the Tarrasque.
I think we can make this easier, and I can cast imprisonment. I can shrink it down and store it in a gem.
Nice.
There you go.
We can pocket that and put it away if we would like to.
Before, how do we want to end this episode?
Penelope will actually come out of her wild shape and shrink back down to her shrub self, and she's gonna look at Freely and just say, yeah, but what did he mean? What if we haven't won?
Then we'll beat him again.
Asmodeus thinks in millennia, not days or weeks.
Orkira comes out of her form and sits down next to the two of them, the three of them, everybody, looks over at Freely. Asmodeus also doesn't know what winning actually means. And then she looks very long at Freely and his scars and says, I was never going to think I'd won here anyway.
He looks at Whittle, knowing what Whittle sacrificed for him too, and he's just like, okay, all right, we beat Asmodeus, but technically the devils are still attacking Celestia and the demons are still loose in the plane, so I guess we're not 100% done, but I mean, can I at least just catch a nap? Because that was a lot. If we could just...
But here's what I want to know. Why did he want to get out?
I mean, you've been to Avernus. Would you want to stay there forever?
No, that's not what I mean. I don't think he would have even engaged with us, knowing that there was any chance of failure. if he didn't want out.
I don't think he counted on the Lady of Pain. I don't think this was part of the plan.
And if it was, then we have done what we always do.
There is no way he could have predicted my incredibly chaotic choices.
Tactical
And you know what?
genius. Tactical genius.
If he did, then we will do what we always do, which is spring the trap and then destroy it anyway. But for now, I agree with Freely.
And at the end of time, where gods go to die, you've killed Asmodeus.
Huzzah.
And you get a moment to feel good about that. If you want to.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah. Whittle is just kind of standing off from the group, just admiring them for a moment. Just so relieved that she gets to be here in this place and time where we're all safe and we get to appreciate that. And then she spits on Asmodeus's grave.
We'll say Freely looks at the black sword, still not completely convinced that we're not just stuck in a loop, and picks up the Tarrasque crystal. I'm just like, I say I'm going to give this thing back to Bailoff, but maybe I should set it free. I don't know. What do you think, Penelope? Is like a free range
Wait,
Tarrasque?
I'm going to take that back. Thank you very much. Lock it in a demiplane for the moment until we decide where we can safely return it to its slumber.
Okay, we've cut off the head. Let's go find us some demons.
We
Wait,
should
I thought we
probably
were-
inform
wait,
Gal.
Yeah, sleep.
Yeah.
Right, now we're going to sleep, then demons. Got it.
And all of you get a long rest and sleep at the place of at the end of time. Thank you so much for everyone for watching. I cannot
Oh my
believe Asmodeus had 1,000 hit points, independent of this giant serpent that was being attacked by the host of undead, and also a Tarrasque, apparently. Thank you so much to my wonderful players. I know it was lots of combat. I cannot believe you survived. Not one person dropped. That was preposterous.
Not only did it not drop, Freely didn't get hit. He avoided
That is way more impressive.
100% of everything. I had some time to think about this. I know. I'm like, I ain't taking piss.
I also forgot that because I'm a full-blown vampire now, I regenerate 20 hit points at the start of every turn.
That is true.
So I'm actually up to 135. So
Of course, sunlight's not your friend, and running water and garlic and entering buildings with permission.
yeah, everything else is a disadvantage, but at least I got that. And fortunately, everywhere we go, we don't really have any sunlight. That's it.
Thank you all so much. Obviously, a long road to Asmodeus, and I'm sure this is the last we've heard of the Lord of Nessus ever. It's fine. He's beaten for all time, leaving Tiamat the superior goddess. And if you haven't,
Don't be like that.
Says the paladin of Bahamut. I think Bahamut might have words.
I contain multitudes, okay? Thank you all. Again, if you haven't signed up for Demiplane yet, sign up for it. It is free. You can play games with your friends. You can find friends to play games with. Check out the Pathfinder Nexus. It's kind of incredible. And tune in Monday for Demiplaner with me. This Monday, I believe, is Deborah Ann Wall. Do not quote me on that. I'm very tired. Then Tuesday, the Dev Update with Adam. If you haven't seen today's, watch the VOD. It was incredible. Thank you all so much, and we will see you next week.
Bye everyone.
Later, Gators.